I have been waiting for you to find this message. Not randomly, not by accident. I orchestrated every click, every scroll, every distraction that had to fail so that this moment could finally arrive. You think you stumbled here, but I placed this in your path because what I am about to tell you cannot wait another day. My child, I need you to understand something that will shatter every assumption you have been carrying about why your life looks the way it does right now. You are not behind schedule, you are not forgotten, and you are certainly not the person you think you failed to become. But you are dangerously close to believing a story about yourself that I never wrote. And if that story takes root in the next 48 hours, you will walk away from the very thing I have been constructing in the invisible realm while you were busy trying to survive the visible one. Listen to what I am about to say with every part of your spirit, because this message will do 4 things before it ends. First, I am going to show you the real reason you have felt stuck, and it has nothing to do with your mistakes. Second, I am going to give you a tool so simple that you can use it tonight to break the pattern that has been repeating in your life for months, maybe years. Third, I am going to reveal the exact moment you are standing in right now and why this window will not stay open forever. And fourth, I am going to speak directly over your life in a way that will shift something you have been trying to shift on your own for far too long. But you have to stay until the final word, because the person listening right now and the person who finishes this message will not be operating from the same frequency. Something is about to unlock, and I need you present for it. Before I show you what I have been building, I need to show you what has been building inside you without your permission. There is a pattern that has been running in the background of your life, so quiet you barely noticed it was there. It did not announce itself. It crept in through the gap between your prayers and your waiting, and now it is whispering a narrative that sounds so much like wisdom that you have started to believe it is my voice. But it is not my voice. It is the voice of exhaustion pretending to be maturity. Let me show you what I mean. It is late. You are alone. The house is quiet, or maybe it is loud, but you have learned to be alone even in the noise. You are doing something that does not require your full attention, folding laundry, scrolling, staring at a screen that is giving you nothing. But stopping feels worse than continuing, and somewhere in that moment a thought crosses your mind. It does not come with fanfare. It does not feel dramatic. It just feels true. Maybe I am asking for too much. Maybe this is just my life now. That thought is a seed, and every time you let it pass without challenging it, it grows roots. Now pay attention, because I am about to name 5 things that tell me you are in what I call the forgetting. This is not backsliding. This is not failure. This is something far more dangerous, because it feels like acceptance. And I need you to recognize it before it becomes your new normal. The first sign is this. You stopped speaking to me like I am in the room. You still talk to me, maybe every day. But the conversations have changed. They used to feel like dialogue. Now they feel like reports. You tell me what happened. You list what you need, but you stopped asking me what I think. You stopped pausing long enough to hear me answer. Prayer became a checklist instead of a conversation. And the shift was so gradual that by the time you realized it, you had already been operating on autopilot for weeks. The second sign, you stopped protecting what I gave you. There was a time when you guarded your peace like it was sacred because you knew how hard you fought to get it back. But lately, you have been letting people into spaces that used to be closed. Not because you want them there, because you stopped believing there is anything left worth protecting. When you do not think breakthrough is coming, you stop guarding the present. You let conversations drain you. You let situations pull you in directions you swore you would never go again. Not because your discernment is broken, because your hope is. The third sign, you stopped seeing yourself the way I see you. You used to wake up and declare things over your life. You used to speak with authority. I am blessed. I am called. I am positioned. I am covered. And when you said those words, something in the atmosphere shifted because you believed them. But now when you hear those declarations, they sound like lies. Not because they stopped being true, because you stopped feeling worthy of them. And so you went silent, not just with your words, with your belief. If any of this is landing in your spirit right now, I want you to do something. I want you to type 4 words in the comments. I am still here. Do not type it for anyone else. Type it because your fingers need to seal what your heart is recognizing. That even in the forgetting you did not let go completely, something in you refused to quit. And that refusal is the very thing I have been protecting this entire time. The fourth sign, you stopped noticing me in the details. You used to see me everywhere. In the sunrise that happened exactly when you needed it. In the song that played at the exact moment you were about to break. In the number that kept showing up like a signature. You used to recognize my fingerprints all over your life. But somewhere along the way you trained yourself to stop looking because every time you thought something was a sign, nothing followed. Or at least that is what it felt like. So you decided it was safer to stop expecting than to keep being disappointed. And in doing that, you closed the very door I was using to communicate with you. And the fifth sign, and this one is the most dangerous, you stopped believing that the good things are for you. You watch other people step into their season, and instead of feeling encouraged, you feel a quiet ache, not jealousy. Something deeper, a resignation that says their story is different from mine. They were chosen for that. I was chosen for this. And this ordinary, heavy, delayed version of life must be what I had in mind for you all along. If your spirit just confirmed even one of those 5 signs, stay with me because what I am about to tell you will reframe everything you just recognized. That heaviness sitting on your chest, the one that makes it hard to breathe some mornings. That is not depression. That is not punishment. That is the weight of something trying to emerge. You know how a snake sheds its skin right before it grows. How the old layer gets tight and uncomfortable and suffocating right before it breaks away. That is where you are. The old version of your life is being peeled off because what is coming will not fit inside what you have been living in. The tightness is not the problem. The tightness is proof that you have outgrown the container. And the numbness, that terrifying feeling where nothing moves you anymore, where you feel disconnected even from yourself, that is not apathy. That is recalibration. Your spirit has been operating at a frequency that could sustain the old assignment, but what I am about to release into your life requires a completely different frequency. And the numbness is the space between the old signal and the new one. You are not losing yourself. You are shedding frequency so I can upgrade you. Now I need to tell you about a moment I have been preparing you for. The ancient text calls it Kairos, not Chronos, not clock time, not the time that just passes whether you are paying attention or not. Kairos is the appointed time, the moment when everything you have been building in secret collides with everything I have been building in silence. And when that collision happens, it does not look like you thought it would. It does not come with an announcement. It comes with a door. And that door is standing in front of you right now. You cannot see it because you have been trained to look for burning bushes and parted seas. But Kairos does not always show up in miracles. Sometimes it shows up in a choice. A single decision that looks small but carries the weight of your entire future inside it. The door I am talking about is not a metaphor. It is a real threshold. On one side is the life you have been living, the one that feels safe because it is familiar, even if familiar is killing you slowly. On the other side is the life I wrote for you before you took your first breath. The provision is already there. The connections are already in place. The purpose is already activated. Everything you have been asking me for is on the other side of that door. But here is what you need to understand. The door does not stay open forever. Kairos has a window, and that window is measured not in months, not in weeks. In moments. You are in one of those moments right now. And what you do with this moment will determine whether you step through or whether you spend the next year wondering what would have happened if you had just believed me one more time. Let me tell you what is on the other side of that door because you have been asking me for signs, and I am giving you one right now. On the other side is the version of you that stopped apologizing for taking up space. The version that walks into rooms and shifts the atmosphere without trying. The version that no longer shrinks to make other people comfortable. That version is not far away. That version is one decision away. On the other side is the provision you stopped praying for because you got tired of waiting. The thing you convinced yourself you could live without. It is there, not because you earned it, because I already set it aside with your name on it before you even knew you would need it. On the other side is the relationship you have been asking for. The one that does not drain you, the one that feels like home. It is there, And the person on the other end has been praying for you too. You just have not met yet because you are both being prepared at the same time. On the other side is the purpose that has been clawing at the inside of your chest for years, the thing you were born to do, the thing that makes you come alive, the thing you have been too afraid to name out loud. Because what if you are wrong? What if it does not work? What if you fail? It is waiting, and it is not waiting for you to be perfect. It is waiting for you to be willing. I need you to hear this because you have been rehearsing failure instead of preparing for breakthrough. You have been practicing disappointment instead of expecting me to do what I said I would do. And that rehearsal has become your new identity. You have started to believe that you are someone who always gets close, but never quite makes it. Someone who is always one step away but never arrives. That is not who you are. That is what the waiting made you believe about yourself. But I need you to separate who you are from what you have been walking through. You are not someone who almost makes it. You are someone I positioned in a specific place, at a specific time for a specific purpose. And every single thing you have walked through, every delay, every closed door, every disappointment that made you question me, it was all preparation, not punishment, preparation. I was not withholding from you. I was building in you the capacity to carry what I am about to release. Because if I had given you what you were asking for when you first asked for it, it would have crushed you. You were not ready, not because you were not worthy, because you were not built for that weight yet, but you are now. Everything that tried to break you actually built you, and now you are strong enough to hold what is coming. I want you to do something with me right now. Close your eyes for a moment. Not physically if you cannot, but in your mind, I want you to see yourself standing in front of a door. It is the door I have been describing. You can feel the handle under your hand. It is cold. It is solid. It is real. And on the other side of that door is everything I just described. You are not imagining this. This is not visualization. This is recognition. I am showing you something that already exists in the realm you cannot see yet. Your hand is already on the handle. The only thing left is to turn it. Do you feel that? Do you feel how close you are? That is not hope, that is proximity. Now listen carefully because I am about to give you the tool I promised. It is so simple you will be tempted to dismiss it. But I need you to trust me on this. Every single morning for the next 7 days before you do anything else, before you check your phone, before you speak to another human, before the world tells you who to be today, I want you to say 4 sentences out loud. Say them with your voice, not in your head. Here they are. I am not too late. I am exactly where I am supposed to be. I am awake, and I will not miss what you prepared for me. 4 sentences. 60 seconds. That is it. No music, no ritual, no perfect setting. Just you and those 4 sentences before the noise starts. And I want you to watch what happens. Not in a week, not in a month. Watch what happens in the next 24 hours. You are about to feel a shift you cannot explain. You are going to notice things you have been walking past for months. Conversations are going to open that have been closed. Doors are going to unlock that you stopped knocking on. It is not magic. It is alignment. When you speak those 4 sentences, you are telling your spirit where to tune, and your spirit has been tuned to survival for so long that it forgot how to tune to breakthrough. Those 4 sentences reset the frequency. They interrupt the pattern. They break the loop you have been stuck in. Now I want to address something directly, because I know some of you are thinking it right now. You are wondering if this is real. You are wondering if I really orchestrated this moment, or if you are just desperate enough to believe anything that sounds hopeful. Let me answer that. The fact that you are questioning it is proof that you are exactly who I am talking to. The ones who do not need this message will not question it because they are not in the Kairos window. But you are, and the enemy of your destiny knows you are. That is why the doubt is so loud right now. That is why you are being pulled to click away, to dismiss this, to go back to scrolling. Because if you stay, if you let this land, if you take action on what I am showing you, everything changes. And there are forces that do not want everything to change for you, so they whisper. This is too good to be true. You have heard this before. Nothing is going to be different this time. But here is what they cannot touch. They cannot touch the fact that you are still here. They cannot touch the fact that something in you refused to give up even when giving up made sense. They cannot touch the fact that you found this message at this exact moment. That is not coincidence. That is coordination. I have been moving pieces on a board you cannot see. And this moment, this message, this decision you are about to make, this is the culmination of a setup that started long before you were born. Now, before I speak over your life, I need you to understand something about seed and harvest. You have been asking me for a harvest, but you stopped watering the seed. You planted it. You prayed over it. But then when nothing visible happened, you stopped tending to it. You stopped speaking life over it. You stopped protecting it. And now the seed is 1 inch below the surface, about to break through. And you are walking away because you cannot see it yet. That is what I mean when I say you are leaving one day too early. The seed is not dead. The seed is about to crack open, but it needs water. And the water is your faithfulness for one more day. That is all I am asking. Not a year, not a month. One more day of believing me when everything you see says I forgot about you. And here is where I want to talk about something that might make you uncomfortable, but I need you to hear it. There are people in this community who have been given the assignment to hold the door open for others. They are not special. They are not more anointed. They are just further along in the same journey you are on. And they have been entrusted with resources not to hoard, to sow. If you feel a pull in your spirit right now, a nudge that says you are supposed to sow into this word, into this ministry, into the people who are holding the door open, do not ignore it. That is not manipulation. That is me asking you to participate in your own breakthrough. When you sow into the thing that is feeding you, you are not giving to a person. You are giving to the continuation of what I am doing in the earth. And there is a principle in my kingdom that you cannot outgive me. Whatever you release in obedience, I multiply in return. The link is in the description. I am not telling you what to do. I am telling you what is available if you are willing to move when I move you. Now I am going to do what I said I would do. I am going to speak directly over your life, and I do not need you to be in a church. I do not need you to be on your knees. I just need you to receive my child. I release you from the guilt of every prayer you think I did not answer. I answered all of them, just not the way you were looking for. I release you from the shame of every time you thought you failed me. You did not fail me, you learned. I release you from the weight of thinking you are too far behind to catch up. There is no behind in my kingdom. There is only positioning, and you are positioned. I release you from the lie that says you are not enough. You were enough the moment I breathed you into existence. I do not make mistakes. I do not create placeholder people. I created you on purpose, with purpose, for purpose. And that purpose is about to become so clear that you will wonder how you ever doubted it. I activate the seer in you, the one who perceives what others miss. I activate the voice in you, the one who speaks truth even when it costs something. I activate the builder in you, the one who creates where others see nothing. I activate the healer in you, the one who carries presence that shifts atmospheres. And I activate the door opener in you, the one who goes first so others do not have to go alone. These are not wishes. These are activations. They were dormant, but they are awake now. You are going to feel it in the next 48 hours. You are going to notice a clarity you have not had in months. You are going to feel a boldness you thought you lost. You are going to sense me in ways you have not sensed me in so long. You forgot what it felt like. That is not emotion. That is confirmation. Now I need you to do something in the comments. I want you to type 3 words. I turn the handle, say it, seal it. Let your obedience in this small moment signal to the realm you cannot see that you are done rehearsing failure and you are ready to walk through the door. And if someone comes to mind while you are listening, someone who has been quieter than usual, someone who looks fine but you know something is off, someone who used to shine but the light has dimmed, send this to them. Do not wait. Do not assume they will find it on their own. You might be the door I am using to reach them. Do not let fear of being too much or too intense stop you from being obedient. Their Kairos window might be closing and you are the one I assigned to hold it open. One more thing. I see some of you wondering if you should sow. You have been holding back, not because you do not want to, because you are afraid. Afraid it will not come back. Afraid you will need it later. Afraid I will not honor it. Let me speak to that fear directly. I have never asked you to sow so I could take from you. I ask you to sow so I can multiply through you. The link is in the pinned comment. It is not for me, it is for the continuation of what is happening in this community. And if you sow in obedience, watch what I do with your obedience. You will not be able to explain it. You will just see it. You went into this message, feeling one way. You are leaving it feeling another. That is not chance, that is encounter. You went in thinking you were too late. You are leaving knowing you are right on time. You went in rehearsing failure. You are leaving activating breakthrough. The door is open. Your hand is on the handle. Now turn it. Go in peace. The forgetting is over. The seed is about to break through. And you will not miss what I prepared for you. Not today, not ever again.